Hello, the web. We're back for another much shorter venture into pop culture this month. I'm bursting at the seams, excited. But hopefully not literally, as nobody needs me taking a break to get sewn up.
Yikes. Yeah, we don't want to keep everyone delayed either, as not only are we excited to talk about Lego this month, but we've had to animate our own short this week because we couldn't have one delivered. Maybe because Mr. Mail couldn't deliver it?
Oh yeah, sorry. But this month, we created an homage to the show Big Train. It's a scene starring Kevin Eldon and Mark Heap. But on top of that, we also wanted to show off the awesome fan art we got. All of lovely renditions of this perfect face.
It's true. Scientific fact. But really, you all are the coolest for stepping up and sharing some fantastic artwork for the contest. But first, let's get to the Lego.
So what are you waiting for? Let's get to the theme song!
It's Nibs.
That's me.
And Jay.
That's you.
On Pop Culture Positivity. Nibs.
Hey, Nibs.
And Jay.
Hey, Jay.
On Pop Culture Positivity.
To start, we have 3 different Lego sets of different price ranges and sizes, and they are all based on pop culture material, of course. I was told I needed to snap to have them appear again. Let's see. We have the 1, 2, 3 Sesame Street set, the Seinfeld Apartment, and the Lego Brickheads Frankenstein.
Hey, buddy, I can hear you, but I can't see you.
Well, I guess that would explain this infinite darkness. Well, that was odder than a tea party in Wonderland. Well, first let's take a look at the building of 123 Sesame Street. The set itself is 1,367 pieces. It has a retail price of $120, and it took around 4.5 hours to put together. That's at a relaxed speed and with the occasional bathroom break, and of course to let the cats up and down the stairs. Looking at you, Nibs. Nibs, are you sleeping?
Oh, sorry. Thought these glasses would fool you. But can we just pre-make the sets from now on?
Those glasses are very good, very nice, but they're human eyes, so, kind of defeats the purpose for a cat.
Speaking of porpoises, you do know they're different from dolphins, right?
Yes, doesn't everyone? Now, can we get back to the Lego?
Of course. The set has the full 123 Sesame Street building, as well as Hooper's shop. It has a total of 6 minifigures, including Big Bird, Elmo, Bert, Ernie, Cookie Monster, and Oscar the Grouch. It's actually 7 if you include Slimy.
Love the minifigures here, but also would have loved to have seen some of the human cast represented as well, even if we lost out on a puppet or 2 in the process. Having Gordon, Susan, Bob, Maria, or Luis would have been amazing. But the only human representation we really get is Hooper's store and a picture of Mr. Hooper by Big Bird's nest.
The main focus is definitely on the puppets, and we get an apartment for Elmo, Bert and Ernie, as well as Cookie Monster. Around the set, we have references to other puppets from the series as well. In Cookie Monster's apartment, we have Guy Smiley and the Count. On the side of the building, we have a spray-painted picture of Abby, as well as a sign for the comedic construction workers Biff and Sully. On the other side, near Big Bird's nest, we have a picture of this house's favorite Sesame Street character, Snuffleupagus.
Elmo's apartment is filled with references to other characters, including a pegboard with sketches of another favorite, Telly, as well as the Yip Yips, and a letter addressed to Ivan. In small fact, Ivan Guerrero was the designer of this set. Elmo also has a picture of himself with his dad and, of course, his besties Zoe and Rosita. But we can all be thankful that there isn't a picture of that disgusting Rocco. Now up to Bert and Ernie's.
This apartment references key points and scenes from the show more so than other characters. We have Bert's paper clips and Ernie's rubber ducky, which they memorably traded to Mr. Hooper for gifts for each other in the Gift of the Magi-based story on Christmas Eve on Sesame Street. We also have Bert's bottle caps, and their clock is based off the classic animated pinball skit.
For me, this is a near-perfect set, and putting it together and finding some of the new and inventive ways pieces are used was an absolute blast. Same goes for the Seinfeld set coming up as well. This, though, is definitely a set I would put along the Unexpected Gathering and the Monkey King mech that I just never want to take apart.
We only have this beauty built at the moment, but more on Monkey King at a later date. 123 Sesame Street is an all-time favorite for us, and with the Lego Muppet minifigures on the way, we'll surely need a comfortable place for them to hang out.
Next, we have the Lego Seinfeld Apartment set. Although it's near the same amount of pieces as the last Sesame Street one, with 1,326, it is smaller in scale, and the price shows it with it coming in at the retail price of $80, as well as it only coming with 5 minifigures instead of 6. This one also takes around 2 to 2.5 hours to build, cutting in half the time from the previous set for the same amount of pieces.
Speaking of, we have the whole main character lineup, with Jerry Seinfeld, George Costanza, Elaine Bennis, Cosmo Kramer, and, as an extra, Newman.
Hello, Nedry.
Most of the fun with this set, though, is all of the Easter eggs and events you can reenact, even if they didn't happen in Jerry's apartment. Things like George and his marble rye, Elaine and her goldfish in a bag, Kramer's coffee table book, and of course those pretzels that make you oh so thirsty.
The apartment is filled with fun gags to make any fan smile, like a picture of Uncle Leo, a Lego version of Kramer's famous painting, a Festivus pole, Phew Silly Jerry, a VHS of Prognosis Negative, which I actually thought Jerry hated. But the fridge also has yada 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 stickers, a picture of Larry David, Sheila's number with her affectionate and annoying nickname Schmoopy, the oven mitts, Superman, and of course Jerry's love of cars, and the Monk's Cafe menu.
We also have Jerry's baseball and car posters, an ad for Vandelay Industries on the computer, and the incredibly powerful Commando 8 air conditioner in the window. Just watch out if you're walking beneath it. The oddest one, although enjoyable, is why Jerry has a photo of George in his underpants hung up on his kitchen wall. I mean, really, Jerry, if him in his underpants disqualifies him to be your latex salesman, maybe don't have him like that up in your kitchen.
This one is a blast to put together, for all the references as well as the little details like the bookshelves and cabinets. It even has a cereal bowl ready for Jerry's go-to snack. Even though the set's also a near-perfect one for us, it did initially come missing a few pieces. One from the counter as well as the teapot and Newman's hair. Luckily, Lego has an amazing service online if your set happens to be missing pieces or if a piece breaks over time. It's helped out with a lot of problems, including pieces to our Ecto-1 that snapped recently.
Our last set today is a Lego Brickheads Frankenstein. We don't have many Brickheads in our collection. In fact, it's just Frank here and Gamora. But we had to get this in hopes of more universal monsters. It's a small set with 108 pieces, obviously no minifigures, and a 10 to 15 minute build time. So it's a quick build, but it is 10 times the length of Frankenstein wasting a minute of my time on Conan, so it does have that.
One of the most fun aspects of Lego Frankenstein's monster is the feeling you have of the mad doctor himself constructing your own mad experiment. One of the fun quirks of these Brickhead figures is always having a pink brick for the brain while constructing it, which, because of the aforementioned setting, does feel a little bit more satisfying to place here than any other Brickhead before. Just don't use electricity to bring this guy alive, as it'll just light him on fire, which we all know is his greatest fear, and we can't have that.
Now for my favorite part of this month's episode, let's check out the fan art entries. Let's start with all the runner-ups and the fantastic people and friends who submitted their artwork. But the grand prize winner goes to Eric Dotson and his Life and Death of Toyo Harada homage cover. Fantastic work, Eric. Thanks again for all of those entries and for everybody who shared as well.
That's some seriously stupendous sketching skills there. The lovely likeness laid out is legendary.
What's with using all the same letters?
Something that beautiful deserves more pontification than that of normal English.
He speaks truth. But sadly, that brings us to the end of this month's episode. So, as always, I want to say, be kind, love often, respect always, because we can all do better.
Oh, come in. I'm so glad you could make it. Have a seat. This is Fiona, Chris, Derek, and you know Nick.
We met at Tom Bingley's. I saw you actually recently. I hope you weren't trying to avoid me because you couldn't remember my name. I'm Colin, by the way.
Of course, Colin. Yes. Hi again.
It's Nibs
That's me.
and Jay
That's you.
on Pop Culture Positivity.